And now from National Public Radio's weekly program, Afropop Worldwide, your host, Georges Collinet.
I started broadcasting in the mid-1960s. If you were in the Peace Corps in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, you might have heard my programs on The Voice of America. The French breakfast show alone attracted over 100 million people every day just in Africa. The English program, The Sound of Soul, attracted an even wider audience since it was broadcast worldwide. You may have heard Afropop Worldwide as it is broadcast in major cities around the US. I also presented many television shows ranging from news and entertainment. Georges Collinet Productions was launched in 1982. Since then, we have produced documentaries, PSAs, and promotional projects. We have trained hundreds of African and Malagasy journalists, designed communication strategies for state and private companies in Africa, and produced development television programs for international organizations such as the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and others. As you will see in this presentation, I have a passion for Africa, for good reasons. I was born in Cameroon in Central Africa. This is my village, BTA, where I grew up. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to say, even presidents are going to listen to this boy. Well, they did. They all listened to my shows. But I also did a lot of listening as they confided in me. But most importantly, I listened to everyday people as I tried to explain to the world this African continent that is so misunderstood.
De son doigt, Gérald montrait un gros rocher derrière eux où un monsieur G bien vivant trônait, entouré d'une troupe de singes très bizarres. L'histoire veut que le petit Gérald aime chanter et c'est formidable, déclara dignement monsieur G. Mais mes amis les singes, eux, c'est autre chose. Que croyez-vous qu'ils aiment faire? Exact. Ils aiment le swing. Jamaican music first arrived on the docks of London and in the luggage of West Indian immigrants who traveled to England by boat from the Caribbean in hopes of a better life. What originated as a musical piece of home in a faraway and foreign land went on to become a popular and influential sound in England.
Certaines presses parlent de la Constitution. Il va y avoir des élections. La Constitution risque d'être manipulée ou quelque chose. Quelle est la situation exactement? We are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the end of apartheid, and we're having all these festivities all over the place. Yuma Sekela, Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, Abdullah Ibrahim Vusi, Martha Sela. Music is the expression, of course, of the soul of the people, but it also has contributed to the end of that apartheid.
Who are these descendants of Africans who are scattered throughout the world? What are their stories? What did they contribute to global culture? And why don't we know more about them and their stories? Cities in Cameroon. It is one of the first countries in Africa where urbanization surpasses 50%. But while this urban context plays a determining role in the country's economy, infrastructure and basic services are not keeping up with the fast population growth.
They tell me that now we come and amputate your legs and your hands so that you can tell the young Kaba we don't want any democracy in our country.
We are here in the countries that form the Mano River Basin, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, charged with the grim task. There are over 200 million migrants around the world, all in search of a better life, for them and for the family they left behind. This year alone, the World Bank estimates that migrant workers from various countries will send back home some $283 billion.
Le visiteur qui débarque au Maroc est tout de suite ébloui par les magnifiques paysages, les cités immuables, un accueil chaleureux et des infrastructures étonnantes.
A lot of people don't take the effort to make roti at home anymore. These are all commercially available now.
Yeah. And you have to keep on flipping it, or?
It's easier
In our last episode, we went to Kinshasa, Zaire, just before the heavy downpour of the rainy season. Kinshasa is the musical capital of Africa. Music is everywhere, in beer gardens and dance spots that harbor hundreds of guitar bands and traditional groups. Every few months, there's another dance craze. Even in the street, it feels as if you're walking in music. There was a time when the Sahel was the cradle of flourishing civilizations, as described in the diary of the great 14th century Arab explorer Ibn Battuta, and by the tales of the griots, those remarkable holders of oral tradition. Empires and powerful kingdoms stretched from the southern fringe of the Sahara to the Gulf of Guinea.